Wow, we really need to do something about this because it is not a good scenario.
No, it's not too little too late, but it very much depends on what actions we take today.
The global poor are likely to be worst hit by climate change, and of course they've done the least to contribute to it.
But if we continue to delay, the problem will still get worse and worse.
It's just we want those changes to happen a lot faster, really speed up.
So during Climate Change Week, we try to run a variety of different activities that engage different sectors of the community on different facets of climate change.
Well, I guess I got interested in it partly because a lot of my research is to do with the moral implications of global poverty, and in particular what obligations those of us who live in wealthy countries have to people living in extreme poverty in developing countries.
One of the things we want to start doing this year in Wollongong is to start to focus on coastal and marine impacts, because we're a coastal community. Impacts of sea level rise and storm surges are probably going to be some of the most significant for us. I think it's never too late to take action on climate change. I mean, we've known about the problem for some time.
Sometimes I sort of say, choose your own adventure. Do you want your own adventure to be 1 degree warming, which is actually probably where we're at now, we're seeing more extreme events, or do you want your adventure to be 4 degrees?
Look, we need to do two things. One is we need to cut emissions as hard and fast as we can. And the second thing is we need to really start scaling up opportunities for taking some CO2 out of the air.
The more we can do to cut global emissions of greenhouse gases, the less extreme climate change will be.
So there's a lot of concern both in Australia and globally about the impact of measures to reduce emissions on the cost of living for people. The economics is driving the transition to renewable energy, because it's cheaper to build new generating capacity using renewables than it is using traditional gas and coal-fired technologies.
Because the price of renewables has come down so far, building new energy infrastructure using renewables like solar or wind won't be any more expensive than using coal.
Look, the cheapest energy today are wind and solar. Yeah, that's why it's being built. 100% of new energy infrastructure in Australia is renewables. So the economic battle's already been won.
Unfortunately, we do need to take action as countries, as governments, so we do need the politicians to act. It's important to note that as individuals and as communities we can reduce our own carbon emissions, but it's an illusion to think that that's going to solve the problem by itself, so we do need a change in political attitudes.
We need community engagement, we need innovation, and we need political will. We need three things, really.
I really think the solutions are there, we know what to do. It's how we get there, and that's the political challenge, and it's how you manage the cost of getting there. So yes, I think we can do it, we should do it. I just wish everyone would get on and do it.
I would say even if we didn't have climate change, we're not looking after our planet very well. Yeah, we have pollution in our waterways, plastics in the ocean. We can't continue like that. So there's a lot of good housekeeping that we need to do for our planet anyway.